Hello and welcome to the channel, J.I. Colorist. I'm happy to have you here today. Today's video is a somewhat large haul of coloring and art supplies. Every July I kind of watch the Prime Day sales to see if there's anything that is already on my wish list that I would like to pick up, hopefully at a discount. And also my local art store has a large garage sale once a year, and that also happens in July. So July is probably the largest spending month I have in the calendar year, so keep that in mind. This is not something that I do all the time. So I just want to share with you what I've bought, where I bought it. I will not leave links to anything directly, but I will mention where I got everything. So if you do need a link, you can certainly leave a comment and I will try and accommodate. So we're going to start off with 3 items that I bought from Dollar Tree. I finally found the glitter gel pens and the metallic gel pens, and I have gone ahead and swatched them here. So these are the metallics. So we've got a silver, gold, green, blue, purple, pink, and dark pink, and then a black, which is really a kind of a gray. And then the glitter was a yellow, gold, silver, red, pink, purple, orange, green, and blue. So those are the, there's 8 in each set, and they are 1 millimeter. So it's a juicy flowing tip, and everyone had always raved about these, so I thought for $1.50 I would give it a try. I'm typically normally my preferred gel pen is Jelly Rolls, so these are very similar to that, so happy to have them in my stash, and I will add them to my gel pens. The other thing I picked up was some Crafter's Square. It's a 3-pack and it's foam tape, so I plan on using this on some cards. So 3 different widths of foam tape, and I thought for $1.50 that was a good deal. So those are the only items that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and the next series of items were from the July 2023 Amazon Prime sale. So let's just jump right in. I was looking for a case for my water-based markers. So that's my Pit Artist pens and my Zig Clean Color. And so I just had them in a bucket before, which was fine, but I always had to turn the bucket upside down to see the tips, to see what color I was looking for, which was a bit of a pain in the butt. So I have now put them in this case, and it's pretty loose. So it's a case made for markers. So it's obviously much too, these loops are much too big for pencils. They do fit these no problem. I did get all 60 in there. It has 3 separate zippers. The back part I am using for my Pit Artist pens, and again they fit in there very easily. They're a little bit loose, but that just means I don't have to struggle to get them in and out. So I definitely need to keep the zippers done up though, because they will fall out of the case. And on the front of the case there is a little handy spot for my swatch card, so I have tucked that in there. So really happy, and I got this on Amazon.ca. All of the Amazon purchases were on the Canadian Amazon site. It's cushioned, it's got a nice rubber handle. Pretty happy with that. Keeping in what looks like cases, I picked up this case. Let me just zoom you out a bit. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. So this is another Art Dot case, and I picked this one because I liked the pattern on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, this is a 70 case set. So the other case I had was a 60 case, and I'm using these for spare drills, and I have a set of round circles that I bought the previous month, and I've already filled up my first case, which was 60, so 60 plus 70 should be enough, I'm hoping, for spare drills. It did come with these dot stickers should I need to write on any. It came also with a handy little zippered pouch, mesh pouch. We'll take a look at what was inside. We've got 3 squishies, plastic tweezers, which quite frankly are quite cheap, a few little baggies, a couple of wax, and 2 additional pens. But it also came with this specialty pen, and I just thought this was really pretty, and it's a nice size for my hand, so really happy to have this. And it comes with some multi-placers. So there's that. Quite excited about that. Tuck that in here. So all of these are screw top, so they're nice. They sit in a plastic foam, which actually will come out. So if there is a reason for you just to use the case later on, if I for some reason stop diamond painting, I can still use this case for something else. Up at the top mesh area, we've got a plastic funnel to fill up the bottles. We've got a brayer, sorry, and I did not have one before, so hopefully it works good. I've been using a rolling pin for my kitchen, so I'd rather not continue to do that. A large square tray, and then another bag of goodies. So another large tray, no stopper, but it does have a funnel. A couple of plastic little boat trays, which are fine, but not my favorite. A whole bunch of wax, some more little baggies, a straightener, another plastic tweezers, and then some additional drill pens with multi-placers on the end. So these are good if I'm just crafting with girlfriends or something, then everybody can have their own pen, and I'm not too concerned if they go missing or if they break. So yeah, and all of those fit nicely in the top. You're still able to close the top, which is important, so these things are not falling everywhere. So yeah, so I have another storage case, and again, this was 70 count. And since we were just talking about diamond painting, I picked up 2 different sets. So hang on and I will unpack them. So I will place on screen the pictures of them, so I won't open up each one, but I bought a set that had 4 in them. They were all 30 by 40, and they were all, I believe, round. So there's these 4, and the pictures on screen. And then I picked up another set that had 9 in them, and these are also 30 by 40. And I won't open up each one. I'll save you the trouble of watching that and listening to all that crinkling. But on screen you will see the pictures of the 9 set. And I think a lot of them are cute. I love the 30 by 40. They fit in my portfolio, and it's very handy. It's a good size for me. It's something that I can accomplish. The pictures usually turn out quite well, so it's just, for me, it's a nice size. Now, I've kind of been wondering what to do with all my diamond paintings, because some of them I would like to hang up for a little while, but I don't really want to invest in a big expensive frame job. So I picked up 2 different sizes of magnetic poster frames. So I'll take out this one, the larger one. So they're wooden, and they come apart. They've got 3 magnets that are quite strong, and you would simply put your diamond painting in between the magnets, and then you would hang it up. And then on the bottom, you would have the magnets holding it down. So you would end up with the diamond painting stretched out. In fact, let me just get one for you. Okay, as you can see, the magnets kind of sandwich the diamond painting in between, and then you hang it up with the string on top. And I mean, obviously you could trim off the excess on the sides and make it look pretty and stuff, but if you just want to hang it up for a little while, or even if you want to hang it up to straighten it before framing it, I think that this was a nice quick alternative, and it lets me hang them up. So I got two sizes. I got that size. They had different colors of wood available. So this is for a smaller one. Again, the magnets seem quite sturdy. Let me just put the stuff away. So while the frames I bought are not necessarily just for diamond painting, I thought I could also use them for some coloring pages if I wanted to hang those up as well without having to actually frame them. So yeah, I'm hoping that these come in handy, and I also have two sets so I can share with my sister. Last two items I picked up from Amazon, and these, so the other ones were all part of Prime. This was not part of Prime, but it was in my wish list that I was just waiting to have an order. And I'm going to give credit to the channel Canadian Colorist Art, and I will link her channel below. She did a flip through of both the graphic novel and the coloring book, and it is The Art of War, illustrations by Pete Katz, and it's beautiful binding on the side. It's a graphic novel, and it's all about the original Art of War book, which you're probably familiar with, but it has lots of different pictures and stuff. So I picked up the book, and then I picked up the Art of War coloring book by the same illustrator, Pete Katz. So we can, it's got on one side the actual tactical part of the Art of War, and then a beautiful picture on the opposite side. Nice paper. It's stitch bound book, so it's a beautiful book. And if you go to her channel, the Canadian Colorist Art, you can see the actual flip through there, but it Sun Tzu's The Art of War coloring book. So those were all of my Amazon purchases. Now to another purchase that I got from the website Viviva. So the new Viviva metallic watercolor set. July is World Watercolor Month, and these came on sale earlier in the month, and I have already owned the other palettes. So I have both the regular Viviva watercolor sheets, and then I have the cork palette. So when they came out with 15 colors of metallic, I wanted to give it a go. So it comes in this packaging with a small swatch card, and then it comes with an outer sleeve, which you'll want to keep. Open it up. This is the mixing area here. This is just a kind of like a glassine paper, and then there's 15 watercolors, and they're all metallic, and it's on a cork, and it just closes like that. So very lightweight, very easy to travel, very compact. And I will swatch these out, and I will do that now, but actually I'll save the swatch to the very end of the video, because the next section will be items that I purchased from my art store, and it was part of their garage sale. Okay, the next group of items are all purchases from my local art store, Kensignton Art Supply. They have a yearly garage sale. So first off, I picked up a Copic Sketch blue, Prussian blue B39, and I swatched it here, and it's this color here. It's a navy blue, and I needed a navy colored marker. I am picking up the chows, but they didn't have any open stock chows. They just had sketch, so I picked this up, and this was regular price. So there is that. I then picked up the rest of the items are on sale, and I will do some swatching of that as well. I'm just gonna, I got one gold, it's called Glamorous Gold. It's a Faber-Castell, and it is a chisel tip, and I needed a gold, so that is the gold. So it's not metallic or anything, it's just gold color, so it was $1. So but I needed a gold alcohol marker for a video that's coming up shortly, so there's that. I then picked up a set of 12 Holbein color pencils, and this is a design tone set. I was hoping for the pastel set, but this is the design tone, and there's 12 in here, and I got it for $9. So I don't have any Holbein pencils, and I thought for less than $1 a pencil, it was a good deal. So yeah, so it's some pretty colors, bright. Looking forward to testing those out. So that's the design tone set, 12 colors from Holbein. And I thought that was a pretty awesome deal. I then picked up some Jelly Roll Gold Shadow, and it's a 5-pack, and I had not gotten any of these before, so I will open these up and give them a swatch here shortly. Also picked up for half price a set of twin tone rainbow dual tip markers from Tombow, and it has the fine, extra fine point, and then the regular kind of bullet nib on it. So I have already picked up last year a set. So these are basically my only colored fine liners, and so this set adds to that, and they'll fit in my roll. So pretty happy with that, and that it was $7 for 5, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then something that I wasn't exactly looking for, but I saw them there and they were on for half price, so then it ended up being reasonable for me to try. And these were the Equaline brush pens. They are a water-based brush marker, and you can use them like watercolors. So at the end of this video, I will do some swatching on watercolor paper. I picked up the hand lettering set, the pastel colors, and the earth colors. So I thought those were all nice. Let me just try and get into this. Okay, so they all have numbers, and they also have names, and they're made by Royal Talons, and it is a brush tip. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's concentrated, so you're definitely able to add water, so either scribble it onto a palette and pick it up with a brush and water from there, or directly onto watercolor paper or treated paper, and then go from there. So excited to try all that. The brush hand lettering set, I'll just open that up and show you that it's actually the same markers. So I'm not really sure why they called it hand lettering, but I guess you can hand letter with them. But I'm quite excited that they all have numbers and names, and yeah, so I will get a swatch chart ready for that, and we will do that shortly. So I'll move those out of the way for now. And the last item I picked up was a package of handmade paper. So let me just mute it so you don't have to listen to all of the racket. Okay, so here's the handmade paper. So it's different textures, different colors. Here's a little bit of, looks like watercolor paper in here. So different paper, and it's just nice. I plan on using this for card making or in backgrounds to my coloring books. So just nice small amounts of paper. And last year I had bought the large size, and so I think I end up cutting it down anyway, so I thought I actually just need smaller pieces go forward. So yeah, so happy with that. And that was also 50%, so that was this was like $3.50 for this, and that's definitely worth it. So those are all my purchases. Stay tuned and let's get to do a little bit of swatching. For those who want to see actual swatching of the Viva Metallic watercolor set on cork, I will do that now. I have the swatch sheet that they provided. I then have some cream colored watercolor paper that I have disc bound, and I will be placing into my Coloring Bliss swatch book. And I've also put some black paper on the bottom, and I'm going to swatch them also on black to see how the metallic paint does. So if that's something of interest, I'm going to just spray the top. Okay, I'll grab a paintbrush. Okay, here's a look at the swatches after they have had a chance to dry. Here they are on the bright white Viviva swatch sheet that does have the names, so that's kind of nice. They do look very jewel toned. I don't have a lot of metallic watercolors, so I'm actually happy to add these to my supply. Here they are on the watercolor paper. It's cream. They show up more metallic on the black, which I kind of expected. So there isn't a lot of shine on them. I don't know if there would be with additional coat. This is just fairly one good swatching. So I will add these to my supply and I will be using them in my coloring books. So these are the new Viviva Metallic Watercolor Set on a quart palette. There are 15 half pans here, or quarter pans, sorry. And I purchased them directly from the Viviva website. So here is the Ecoline brush pens all swatched out. I reversed these two colors here, so the red and the rose. The only one that I had problems with was the yellow ochre here. It was a little bit dry. This pastel violet had some desalinization on the tip, which I had to clean off a little bit. But otherwise they were really good, very juicy. Just the one, I did take a water brush pen and drew out some of the pigment. And this is watercolor paper, so all of the pigments did move well. It did come with the larger packs, both came with a blender. So this is very much like a Tombow blender pen, and I will be able to use it both with these and with my Inktense. So happy to get two blenders along with the packs. I'm just going to store them right now in a bucket and keep them upright. And I think that that should go well. So that is the Ecoline brush pens. I look forward to using them in my adult coloring books. Okay, let's quickly swatch out the Jelly Roll Gold Shadow. Okay, let's swatch out these jelly rolls. And we'll let these dry because I believe these, so this is pink. I think as they dry, they turn gold. So it ends up, the gold kind of comes to the surface and you're left with a gold shine on top of the undercolor. So pink is the undercolor and then there's a gold sheen on top. So that's very interesting. So this is the Jelly Roll Shadow Gold. And I'm not sure when I'll use that, but let's just look at it on here. So it becomes very much a gold altogether when you're on the black and you're not really seeing the undercolor at all after it dries. So I think it's best used on white paper because then you still do have the underneath color shining through with the gold on top. But very interesting, very different, worth adding to my collection, even just to try out. And then the other thing I'll do is I'll use these pencils in a separate video altogether, the Holbein colored pencil. These are the design tone. Yeah, I think that they'll first need to be sharpened, and then we'll play with them on their own. So that's it for purchases today. I'm thankful that you were able to spend a bit of time with me today viewing what I bought. Obviously, I buy more supplies than coloring books, and that's because I like to use a variety of things in my coloring books. If there's anything that you saw on this video that you would like me to demonstrate or use in a future video, please comment below. Until next time, I hope you're having a colorful and creative week. Happy coloring, everyone. Bye-bye.